here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway. Ready for the late models. 50 laps. Rylan, as always, I know we sound like a broken record, but this division is action-packed, and these cars haul the mail around the East Carolina Motor Speedway.
Yeah, they definitely do. And they always put on a good show. It's always some really, really exciting racing. And get ready for some action-packed racing, guys and gals.
Wesley Johnson, Thomas Burbage, Kenneth Mercer, Jeff Shiflett, Matty Ryan, and Melvin Langley. Those are the cars that will make 50 circuits around this 3/8 of a mile East Carolina Motor Speedway. If you're not familiar with the history of this racetrack, it was opened in 1990. A lot of driver names you may recognize have made laps around here. People like Dale Jr., Rick Mast, Ernie Irvin, Harry Gant, Hut Strickland. A lot of big names have tested out this old tough 3/8 of a mile. And every driver that's ever taken laps around this track talks about how tough it is.
Yeah, it's very unique. I've been to a lot of racetracks, a lot of short tracks, and this is one of a kind, that's for sure. Turn 2. Everybody talks about Turn 2 in a year here at East Carolina Motor Speedway. And that's because there is a little concrete strip down at the very bottom of it, and that's usually where the cars take that line, and it tends to bottom out of the car, but it helps them set up out of turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Half a lap away from Green Flag Racing. Late models now, second Charger race still to come. Row 1, Wesley Johnson, Thomas Burbage. Row 2, Kenneth Mercer, Jeff Shiflett. Row 3, Matty Ryan and Melvin Langley. Yes, Matty Ryan is a young lady, and she can drive. Green flag underway. It is Johnson on the inside, Burbage on the outside, 2 by 2. And look at this, Rylan. Who's going to lead lap 1? They are side by side.
Side by side up front, that is Wesley Johnson and Thomas Burbage to his outside. Behind them, Jeff Shiflett's behind car number 25 of Kenneth Mercer.
Kenneth Mercer, Jeff Shiflett battling back there. Still side by side for the lead. Wesley Johnson on the inside, Thomas Burbage on the outside. 2 laps complete, and nothing has been decided.
Yeah, these guys have been door handle to door handle since the start of this race, and that still hasn't changed. They come out of turn number 4, still side by side. Burbage on the outside, Johnson on the inside. These guys are really going at it. And Kenneth
Last year's track champion Thomas Burbage is on the outside. Race winner Wesley Johnson earlier this year on the inside. This is great. This is fantastic racing.
Really is, and all the while Kenneth Mercer sitting there in third, waiting for somebody to slip up so that he can make a move and try to propel himself to the forward spot.
Mercer wouldn't take a 3 wide, would he?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it before.
Burbage gets a slight advantage over Wesley Johnson. Top 5 cars. You can throw them under a blanket. Matty Ryan's right there as well.
Oh, yeah. Now I just saw a shove from Jeff Shiflett into Kenneth Mercer and a little bit of steam out of that 0-1 machine. See what happens as he tries to make a move on the inside. Out of turn number 2, he's going to tuck back behind the 25 machine of Kenneth Mercer.
People that don't know, Thomas Burbage, last year's track champion, fell off a dirt bike last year, broke some ribs, broke a hand, broke whatever. He drove one-handed for like the last 3/4 of the season last year, still won a championship. He's back to 100%. Let me tell you something, that race car is a rocket ship most every week.
Yeah, and I believe he did say something last race about them getting their normal engine back in that car and how he was going to dominate once more and everything. And he's, you know, he's backing it up right now with being in the lead.
Wesley Johnson, longtime racer, came up through the ranks, got a lot of fans. But look at the third place battle. Kenneth Mercer is there. Former track champion Jeff Shiflett is there. And Matty Ryan is keeping the leaders in sight. She's having a good race.
Mercer got a little bit higher that time going into turn number 1. I thought Jeff Shiflett was going to take advantage of it, but he did not as they go into turn 3. And your leader is still Thomas Burbage as he puts 12 laps up on the board.
One thing you could say about the East Carolina Motor Speedway among the adjectives, it is a driver's track. You have to be a wheel man or lady if you're going to be successful here in Robertsonville.
Yeah, definitely. And we're seeing that right now in second spot. Wesley Johnson trying to figure out a way to get around car number 9. And right now I think he's just trying to collect his thoughts and get a plan of attack going to get around Thomas Burbage.
Thomas Burbage, Wesley Johnson. They put a little distance on third place, Kenneth Mercer. Jeff Shiflett is there. Matty Ryan is there. 13 of 50 laps complete when they come by. Lap 14 on the board, and Wesley Johnson is all over the back of Thomas Burbage. Wesley Johnson's been a little quicker the last couple laps, and he's right there.
Yeah, both these guys taking a very similar line around the 3/8 mile track as they come out of turn 4 right now. And Johnson a little bit lower that time, trying to take the shorter way around, but he is still less than a half a car length behind car number 9, Thomas Burbage.
It continues to be Thomas Burbage leading Wesley Johnson, Kenneth Mercer, Jeff Shiflett, and Matty Ryan tonight. You're watching late model racing at the East Carolina Motor Speedway in Robertsonville. PittCountyPost.com, GPAT Channel 23. I'm Alan Vick, along with Ryland Truell. Great to be here tonight, bringing you Saturday night short track action.
Yeah, these cars are definitely putting on a show. The top 2, these guys, you know, Thomas Burbage, I know Wesley Johnson's probably trying to wait for Thomas Burbage to make a mistake, but it's probably not going to happen. He's a great driver. These guys all are. And the competition,
they ran just about identical laps that time. Last time, Burbage ran a 15.808, Johnson a 15.809. Fastest car on the racetrack last time was Kenneth Mercer in third.
Yeah, and he's slowly reeling these guys in as they try to fight amongst each other for that top spot. Kenneth Mercer's all by himself in third. He's got open racetrack in front of him to just concentrate on making his line work, and he'll get on up there.
Wesley Johnson, here he comes down on the inside. Wesley Johnson trying to make the move. He is there, trying to accelerate down the straightaway. Can he make the move going into 3 and 4? Burbage and Wesley Johnson battling for the lead. Johnson tries it again. We're going to be side by side at the start-finish line. Give that lap to Burbage, but not by much. As Wesley Johnson, it looks like the start of the race all over again. Wesley Johnson on the inside, Thomas Burbage on the outside.
Burbage proving to all the naysayers that you can get around here on the top line, as he's doing it right now, and not trying to give up that first spot to Wesley Johnson, but it looks like this time Johnson's going to have a little bit of an advantage going into turn number 3. See if he can get this done coming out of turn number 4 and make the pass.
While Burbage and Johnson battle side by side, that's allowing Kenneth Mercer to sneak back into this thing. Watch him. He is making up some distance as we will come by to complete lap 24. New leader Wesley Johnson.
Yeah, Wesley Johnson's definitely got company as the number 9 is right on his trunk lid. Going into turn 1, Johnson's gonna take a little bit higher line. Yeah, it's very tight.
Wow, that is tight. Here comes Burbage. He'll look back to the inside. Fantastic racing. This is what you'll see if you're with us here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway in person. We'd love to see you out here. Late model racing. Thomas Burbage on the inside in the 9. Wesley Johnson outside in the 12. And the whole while, Kenneth Mercer continues to run the top 2 down as they touch. Coming across the start-finish line, a little rubbing. You know, rubbing is racing, and they are definitely rubbing as Kenneth Mercer is about to make this a 3-car battle for the lead, and Jeff Shiflett's right there as well.
Yeah, the top 2, they've been beating and banging on each other the past couple laps, and Kenneth Mercer's taking advantage of that. Top 2 now only about 4 car lengths in front of 25 Machine.
While the top 2 were battling, Kenneth Mercer's lap times were a 10th or 2 quicker than the leaders, so now he has positioned himself right behind the top 2. It is Burbage, Johnson, Mercer, Shiflett, Ryan. 5 cars that are on the racetrack. Great late model racing. 28.5 laps down, 28 of 50 complete for the late models here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Johnson to make a move on the inside again to Thomas Burbage. Keeps on looking like he is thinking about it. And out of turn number 2, he is less than a car length away from that number 9 Machine. Looks like he's getting into the brakes a little bit later in turn number 3, and that is going to play into somebody's advantage here in a moment.
Here goes Wesley Johnson again. We've seen this movie before. Wesley Johnson on the inside, Thomas Burbage on the outside. Kenneth Mercer just watching and waiting. Look at this racing. This is fantastic. Late model racing don't get no better than the East Carolina Motor Speedway in Robertsonville. What is now a 3-car battle for the lead, and don't count out Jeff Shiflin in 4th. He may make it a 4-car race, but this is fun to watch.
Door handle to door handle, that's how it's been in the top 2 for about the past 25 laps. And it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, as look who it is. Car number 25, Kenneth Mercer, is right there with the top 2 guys.
What a race. We're about to have a 4-car battle for the lead. Wesley Johnson, who won earlier. This is a brand new race car for Wesley this year. He leads Thomas Burbage, Kenneth Mercer, and Jeff Shiflin. And again, a good run for Maddie Ryan. She has kept the leaders in sight. She has the least amount of experience of your top 5, but she's doing a really nice job.
Yeah, Maddie's doing a fantastic job. Back up front, though, number 9 looked like he was going to look to the left rear quarter panel of Wesley Johnson, and he does. Touches out of turn 4. Johnson got a little loose, collected it, but now Kenneth Mercer's right on Burbage's bumper.
This is fantastic racing. Top 3 are bumping and beating. Here comes Jeff Shiflin in 4th. He's going to join the fray as we get another side-by-side battle for the lead. And Kenneth Mercer thought about taking him 3 wide. It is Burbage on the inside, Johnson on the outside. New leader Thomas Burbage. Here comes Kenneth Mercer.
Oh,
is it out?
Whoa, big trouble in the backstretch. Multiple cars involved. Jeff Shiflin got most of that damage, it looks like, out of the 3 that were involved. That's definitely going to bring us under caution.
You saw what happened there. Kenneth Mercer took him 3 wide. Bumping and beating. Here comes Jeff Shiflin in 4th. He's going to join the fray as we get another side-by-side battle for the lead. And Kenneth Mercer thought about taking him 3 wide here. It is Burbage on the inside, Johnson on the outside. New leader Thomas Burbage. Here comes Kenneth Mercer. Is it out? We've got into Burbage.
Big trouble in the backstretch.
Nowhere to go. Wow. 3 of your top 5 cars involved in that incident. Maddie Ryan came away unscathed, and I think Kenneth Mercer came away unscathed. But Wesley Johnson, he's still out there running. So is Burbage. The big loser in all this was a 0-1 of Jeff Shiflin, as he took a hard lick. That car, 2 wheels came up off the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Big damage on the 0-1 machine, as his right front is smashed in. Definitely got off the ground on 2 wheels, and looks like his window net's down, so he's okay. That's a good thing here.
That is so unfortunate. What great racing that was. Oh, my goodness. 4 cars battling for the lead, and 3 of those 4 cars made contact. Be interesting to see when Johnson and Burbage come around to see how much damage they have. But it was just racing. Mercer took them 3 wide, and it happens.
Oh, yeah, big damage on the left front of the number 12 machine.
Big damage on the 12 of Wesley Johnson. I see Burbage.
Right rear, yeah.
Right rear's got damage. We'll see how fixable the damage for the 12 and the 9 is. Maddie Ryan was unscathed. Mercer bumping and beating. Here comes Jeff Shiflin in 4th. He's going to join the fray as we get another side-by-side battle for the lead. And Kenneth Mercer thought about taking him 3 wide. It is Burbage on the inside, Johnson on the outside. New leader Thomas Burbage. Here comes Kenneth Mercer. Is it out? There goes.
Oh, big trouble in the backstretch.
Jeff Shiflin, what a ride. He's very lucky that car didn't turn over.
Yeah, lucky indeed. He's had some pretty big wrecks here before. I believe it was a couple years ago where he went through the wall in between turns 3 and 4. That was a pretty big moment there.
Big damage on the 12. We'll see. You know, if the toe's not knocked out, they'll either take that hood off or beat it down and keep going. Can't see the other side of the 9 car of Burbage, but there's definitely some damage to the 2 cars that have led this race. Kenneth Mercer, I was talking to Kenneth before we went racing tonight. That car's been getting a little better and a little better and a little better. And Kenneth Mercer, he rode in 3rd for a long time, decided to make a move on lap number 35. And we are under a red flag condition. Red flag condition here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway. Wreck involving the 12 of Wesley Johnson, 9 of Thomas Burbage, and the 0-1 of Jeff Shiflett. Shiflett got the worst of it, a lot of damage. That car is going to have some assistance off the racetrack. You see some damage on the 12 of Johnson, also on the 9 of Burbage. Matty Ryan got no damage out of that. And Kenneth Mercer was unscathed out of that. So 3 of your top 4 cars involved in a lap 35-36 crash here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway under the red flag. Still to come, the Charger division. Don't forget the Fairgrass Rurich Club 50-50 while we've got a break in the action. We're going to be drawing for that 50-50 pot before the next race. It is the Mother's Day 225 here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway. Again, a red flag condition. Wesley Johnson, Kenneth Mercer, Thomas Burbage, Matty Ryan, and Jeff Shiflett. Shiflett's car sitting down between turns 3 and 4. Car got up on 2 wheels. Jeff Shiflett just had nowhere to go. But that was some great racing up to that point. Burbage and Johnson were side by side for lap after lap after lap. Kenneth Mercer was right there. He went to take advantage, and carnage ensued, and we are under the red flag. Under a red flag, we just got the word that Jeff Shiflett is okay. That is great news. Just got word the 0-1 of Jeff Shiflett. Jeff is okay. That is great news. Jeff Shiflett is okay. That's fantastic news. Well, that was some of the best late model racing of the season that we saw up until that incident. As you see the track personnel working with the car of Jeff Shiflett from Moyock, North Carolina. Jeff, a longtime racer, great guy, former track champion. That is one used up race car. Well, that was some of the best late model race. 25 here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway. PittCountyPost.com, GPAT 23. As the drivers will be allowed to get water, one crewman can come to the car to bring the drivers some water. It's a hot, humid night tonight. See Jeff Shiflett walking back towards the pit area. Jeff Shiflett walking back down. You can tell he's upset. You can't blame him. It's a rough incident tonight. But again, great racing. Oh my goodness. Back towards the pit area. State 225. It all got started racing for the lead. There were 4 cars under a blanket. Kenneth Mercer took them 3 wide. And that's when the problems began. Cars involved again, the 12 of Wesley Johnson, the 9 of Thomas Burbage. Great night of racing as we see Jeff Shiflett talking to Wesley Johnson. The 9 of Matty Ryan's had a great run tonight, and she's going to be the recipient of all this, as she was not involved at all. She was about a quarter lap behind all of this. Your top 2 in points and 3 of the top 4 in this race were involved in this incident. And we see Jeff Shiflett talking to one of the race officials, Robert Turner. Flagman Terry Bullock is down there as well. You're watching it live tonight on PittCountyPost.com. I'm Alan Vick. Rylan Truel is with me. He's taking a quick break. Under the red flag, 36 of 50 laps complete for the late models. Still to come, our second Charger race of the night, 30 laps. First Charger race was won by Travis Robertson. Tough break for Jeff Shiflett as we see him coming down through the gate. Got the word all the drivers are okay, and that's great news. Watching it live tonight, East Carolina Motor Speedway, your NASCAR Whelen All-American Series home track. Don't forget our next event is on June 23rd. That is June 23rd. That'll be our next event. Keep up with everything going on the web, ecspeedway.com or the East Carolina Motor Speedway on Facebook. You see the wrecker pulling away the Shiflett automobile. Rylan, you got a feel for Jeff Shiflett. He's a good guy. He's a good racer, and he was just a victim of circumstance there.
Yeah, he just wrong place, wrong time. That's part of racing, though, and that car is really torn up. It's going to be a lot of hours in the shop.
Yeah, watching that car being pulled around. Be interesting to see how much damage there is to the 12 and the 9 and see if they'll be able to continue. When they stopped him, actually probably Kenneth Mercer is the leader, but we'll see how scoring sorts all that out. All right, bumping and beating. Here comes the replay. Well, there was. It's okay. Again, it was just racing, close racing. Kenneth Mercer was diving down to go 3 wide for the lead, and sometimes there's just not enough room.
Yeah, and like I said, Shiflett got the worst out of that deal, and
he almost had the 12 cleared.
Yep.
He just clipped him.
How many times have you seen that on NASCAR on Sundays? Almost made it.
It's a game of inches, a sport of inches. 6 inches, and that is a mangled up mass of metal.
Sounds like a bumper sticker.
A mangled up mass of metal. You see a lot of damage at race car. That one won't be coming back out here for a while.
Plus or minus 5 inches equals plus or minus $100,000.
Great racing tonight, East Carolina Motor Speedway. Cameron Murray won the Bandoleros. Had a great bomber race. First Charger race was won by Travis Robertson. Mini stocks went to Andy Ipock earlier tonight. Street stocks went to Jesse Council. Mike Parrish was your bomber race winner earlier. Let's watch it again in slow motion. There's the 12 of Johnson and the 9 of Burbage side by side. You'll see Mercer come up and get involved. That's when all the carnage happens.
And they've already touched there. 12 and 9 machine.
There was definitely some contact between the two before Mercer came along. See some fluid possibly coming out of that 12 car on the racetrack, and we see Burbage moving as well. There could be some fluid coming out of that car as well. We'll see if either one of those cars is able to continue. Now watch, you'll see the 25, the white 25 of Mercer coming up as Johnson and Burbage are side by side. That's going to allow Mercer about right here to decide that he's going to.
Yeah, here we go, right here.
In this case, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And the thing is, Mercer is having such a great run. And, you know, he's been running better and better every week. And there's Shiflett as he is beginning to get involved. Those laps, the 12 and the 9 ran side by side, allowed the 25 and the 0-1 to get right there.
Yeah, that was the beginning of it there.
Okay, here's Mercer. Right about here is where things start to happen.
Yeah, there was contact definitely a few laps before everything went awry, but
Burbage got into the 12 just a little bit right there. He's going to get him just a little bit there, and here's where Mercer has a decision to make.
All right, guys. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, here we go. Right here. We're about to see the wreck right here.
I'll cue it up better. I'm new at this.
As we see track cleanup continuing under the red flag for the late model race, East Carolina Motor Speedway. We see the Burbage crew taking a look at that number 9. Also the 12 crew of Wesley Johnson. They can't work on these cars under the red, but they can assess the damage. And now we're back under the yellow, so you can work on the cars. I think you'll probably see Wesley Johnson come in. Look at that. There's the wreck. There's Matty Ryan coming by. Here's Robert Turner. Track officials blowing the debris and, of course, the kitty litter to absorb all the fluids.
it looks like he's using a Steel BG56 handheld blower.
Only you would know that. Congratulations. You know your lawn equipment like I know my radios. We're even. Don't even look at me. Tim Peaton with us tonight. Wesley Johnson, Kenneth Mercer, Matty Ryan. We are back under caution. The red flag has been lifted. East Carolina Motor Speedway, late models. Still to come, the second Charger race.
Look at all the damage on that 12 on the left side. Just sheet metal dangling near his car.
36 of 50 laps complete as we see Thomas Burbage pulling back onto the racetrack. Still to come, the second Charger race. And while we've got a couple of minutes, make sure you help out the Beargrass Rooting Club. You just wonder how that 12 car is going to run. Like you said, Rylan, there's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and if we go back to that camera out of the backstretch, we could probably see the left side damage a little closer. You could see it right out of frame right there. Yeah, I'm not sure how long they're going to let that car stay out there with dangling sheet metal, but we'll see.
Safety first.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. Let's look on the screen where we see Burbage. They've done some cosmetic work to that car and making sure that the toe is correct.
Yeah, oh
Nothing's
wow.
dragging.
He's missing a door.
He has a do no mo. And again, what racing did we see before all this happened? Holy Moses.
Man.
That was fantastic racing.
It really was. It's been
Robertsonville, USA.
been good racing all night in every division. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Some of the best racing we've seen all season. Kenneth Mercer, Wesley Johnson, Matty Ryan, Thomas Burbage on the racetrack. Track cleanup just about complete. We should be ready to resume racing in just a lap or two. You're watching the Street Stocks tonight. PittCountyPost.com, GPAT, Channel 23. Live through the wonders of modern technology. One to go right here.
I just want to do this. Live from East Carolina Motor Speedway. It's Saturday night.
That's right. You did it. Congratulations.
All right.
And we are live here at your NASCAR Whelen All-American Series home track since 1990. I've been here as a track announcer. This is my 20th season.
Whew.
Started when I was 4 years old. Don't look at me like that, Tim. I can do, it's my math, I'll do it like I want to. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story. That's what I always say.
Yeah, this is my 5th season. It seems like yesterday is when I first started coming out here. And
you were just a wee lad.
Yep.
Pace car pulls away. Ernie going to hit pit road, and we got 14 laps to decide it. Kenneth Mercer, Wesley Johnson, Matty Ryan, Thomas Burbage. Thomas Burbage on the inside of Wesley Johnson. Matty Ryan's right there. Kenneth Mercer is your leader. Mercer's going to lead it. Looks like Burbage has a pretty good race car. There's only 2 cars out there that don't have damage. That is Matty Ryan and Wesley Johnson. And Wesley looks like he's paying the price now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Side-by-side action between Matty Ryan and Wesley Johnson. Give that position away to give it to Matty Ryan up front. Kenneth Mercer still clocking laps. And, whoa, Matty Ryan got a little bit loose off turn number 2, and so did Wesley Johnson. Might be a little bit of oil or something out there.
Yeah, Johnson's just holding on.
Yeah,
he's going to take it to the pit area. That car is just not right. Too much is bent.
I got a feeling there's probably...
Oh, wow, Kenneth Mercer has jumped out to a good lead, but don't look now, but Thomas Burbage is coming.
Yeah, Burbage is right there. Car number 10, Matty Ryan, is still in the mix as well.
How neat would it be to see Matty get a podium finish? She is still learning here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway. This is her first full season.
Yeah, that's a girl we're going to see definitely in the future, and eventually we'll see her win. She keeps on putting the practice in like she has.
She made the decision at the end of last year to run the full schedule and run for the championship. It is Kenneth Mercer, Thomas Burbage, Matty Ryan. 42 of 50 laps complete, still to come. Another 30 for the Chargers. East Carolina Motor Speedway live tonight. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make this possible. That includes Tiebreakers. Good food, good people. Thank you, Bram Anderson and Tiebreakers.
Yeah, I think Thomas Burbage lost a little bit of speed due to that accident. Matty Ryan's trying to take advantage of it right now. She comes out of turn number 4. She's less than 3 car lengths back behind Thomas Burbage, as we've got about 6 laps left.
And all the while, Kenneth Mercer continues to stretch that lead. Been a long time since Kenneth Mercer's visited Victory Lane. That is going to be a heck of a celebration if he can hold on for another 4.5 laps.
Yeah.
Mercer, Burbage, Ryan.
Yeah, not only will they be celebrating the win, but they'll be celebrating not having to do a whole lot of work on that car due to damage from wrecks.
Please line up. Chargers, please line up. Your race is next. Chargers, please line up. Chargers, please line up. Chargers.
Matty Ryan closing the gap on Thomas Burbage coming out of Ford.
Not only are we doing the commentary for PittCountyPost.com, but we're also handling PA duties here for the track. That's why you heard me telling the next class of cars to line up. 2 to go. Kenneth Mercer, they call him Stroker Ace. If he can keep it together for another lap and a half, he is going to pick up a hugely popular and long time coming victory. Here comes Matty Ryan. Can she do anything with Burbage? White flag in the air for Kenneth Mercer. Going to be a lot of happy Kenneth Mercer fans. A half a lap away. Kenneth Mercer, Thomas Burbage, Matty Ryan coming out of turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the late model division, Kenneth Mercer. Second to Thomas Burbage. Great run. Third for Matty Ryan. Ryan, I'm going to turn things over to you, and I'm going to head down to the track and talk to some happy folks.
Matty podium finish. Thomas Burbage will come in second. And your winner, car 25, Kenneth Mercer. Winner, Kenneth Mercer over Thomas Burbage. Great run from Matty Ryan. Great race tonight for the late models, East Carolina Motor Speedway. Kenneth Mercer in that 25 car. Been a long time. Matty Ryan, her best run here at ECMS. Great job, Matty Ryan. Matty, first and foremost, congratulations. Second of all, yes, there was some trouble in front of you, but you were with them tonight. You had them in sight. You were there. You had a good race car, and you came within an eyelash of second. Great run for you tonight.
Thank you very much. We're definitely figuring out the car. It's taken a little bit of time this year. We've had a lot of mechanical issues this year, but we're slowly getting there and we're excited.
I know you're excited. You got a lot of folks. And this wasn't a third place run you backed into. You raced him for this one tonight.
Definitely. I almost had Burbage for second, but he had me. But next time, I got him.
Good to see you on the podium. I know you got some folks you'd like to say a big thank you to.
Definitely. I want to thank Intech Trailers, Hot 100.5, Extreme Mechanical Services. We have Jegs and Lip-Pretty Transmission, sorry. It's been, my head's everywhere.
Absolutely understand. How about a big hand for Matty Ryan? Great show for Matty tonight. Congratulations. Great run for Matty. Let's go find Thomas Burbage. Up here. I see him. Okay. Eventful, but I tell you what, if somebody told you before the night started you get wrecked, this would happen and you could still come home second, I think you would have probably taken that.
I think you just said it all right there. I got wrecked, but people think I slammed on the brakes. I don't slam on the brakes. When I hit the gas, I put it to the floor. I know which one the gas is and I know which one the brake is, and I did not hit the brake. Anyway, I thought we were having fun. I mean, I got into them going into 3 and that was an accident. And then I got a little heavy in and bumped him in the door. Didn't even do anything to the car, and then he comes in there and slams me. And then I get picked up on the back straightaway and turns. We call it like it is. It doesn't matter to me. But anyway, we managed to salvage a good finish, and it is what it is. And we'll fix the car and come back. I got to thank all my guys for working so hard on this car, and I got to thank Overage Industries, CNG used cars, Angels and Camo, East Carolina Plumbing, West Park Motor Company, everybody that supports me, Billy Banks Racing Engines. Hey, we'll get it fixed and we'll come back and race more.
Thomas Burbage, your point leader, comes home second. And what a popular win. Been a long time coming. Pictures being taken. There's a lot of happy folks here tonight for Kenneth Mercer. Great job. Let me know when we're ready. Kenneth Mercer wins it. Kenneth, you and I were talking before we started.
about you were getting a little better, a little better, a little closer, a little closer. And tonight, the racing gods smiled on you. You were there, and you are a winner. Congratulations, my friend. This is one of the more popular wins here at East Carolina Motor Speedway in a long, long time.
It has been so long since we've seen Victory Lane. It's just unbelievable. Just thank everybody in the crew that's helped me. We really didn't have as good a car tonight as we did the last race, but it was got to get a little racy. We sat there and rode, and finally they went away, and we had a little something left.